run into a lot is a lot of people, you know, they think this is supposed to be perfect. They think they're looking for perfection, but perfection, the reality is it doesn't exist. I mean, they want, like you say, they want hope, they want dreams, they want to feel connected to their own lives, but yet they run around in circles and they never find the connections they're looking for.
So what is it when you meet somebody in a farmer's market? This is Belinda Wernau of Little Red Hen Farm. We're talking about the dream. Tell me a little bit about how you mean, you're obviously living the dream, right? But you're working 2 jobs. So tell me about your story. You've got 4 children.
Right.
You're a microbiologist or a
chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You work a full-time job and you run this farm. And tell me a little bit about your farm. Oh, you're cool. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your farm. You raise chickens for 2 reasons: for
food
and for eggs. Okay.
Yep.
How many for each? How many?
This year total will probably dress out for meat around 4,000, and for eggs we're managing about 500.
Okay.
Some are laying, some are not. It takes about 24 weeks for chickens to reach maturity before they start laying eggs, so you have to be thinking like 6 months in advance.
You have to keep them fertilized, or how do you get them?
No,
how does that work? How do chickens start making eggs? They obviously
chickens have a natural cycle where they lay an egg about every 24, 36 hours.
Okay.
They do not need to be fertilized. They do not have to have roosters.
Obviously, they're fertilized. It's a different kind of egg, right? It's a blood egg or whatever.
That's when you have roosters that are fertilizing the eggs before the shell forms. I'm not going to get into the physiology of egg formation, but you know, it's similar to, like, you know, the center of the egg is released from the ovas, and then the shell forms and it moves through the chicken. And in that process, the rooster could fertilize it. A majority of our eggs are fertilized.
Well, let me ask you a question. What is it about running? What has been one of the high points of running this business? Like, what do you find the most exciting part of running chickens? First of all, they're emotional animals. How do you deal with raising emotional animals? How do you deal? I mean, what are some of the enemies of these animals? Do you ever have problems with hawks or foxes?
Oh, yeah, predators.
How do you deal with it? Tell me how you do it.
Well, we use you know, basically protective barriers like electric fence, and we have several dogs that have been well trained to protect the property. We use some sophisticated little LED flashing lights, which helps to emulate the eye movement of animals. Animals are scared of each other.
No kidding.
I mean, they're not. I mean, wild animals.
It's like the cat looking in the mirror kind of thing.
Kind of that, yeah, that kind of a thing. And the LED flashing light, it works in some points, but we use multiple systems. No one system is perfect, so you need, you know, several systems, and even then, small ground predators can just slip right under anything. So.
Now you also you've got 4 children, another job, running a chicken farm. How do you balance it all? How do you balance your life?
Well, that's the biggest challenge of all. But, you know, to be honest with you, know, we work together as a team. I mean, my husband.
So this is your husband right over here, okay?
My husband and I and our 4 children. We have 4 children, 19 to 6, and everybody participates on some level. So we're truly an entity. We're truly a connected family. We probably spend more family time together than most families do, and my kids are not active in every single after-school activity. They're active together as a family.
If you were going to give up your day job, you're working as a blah 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 management, blah 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 blah, and you want to do exactly what you want to do, give us some advice. Give us some advice for the first timers.
Be prepared for every possible challenge that you can possibly be prepared for, and then be prepared that there's going to be even more than that. I mean, you have to go into this with your eyes wide open, realizing that there are going to be challenges.
Can you get rich raising chickens?
You can get rich in the soul.
So it's not
I'm a millionaire. I'm a trillionaire when it comes to just feeling the freedom of raising food and doing what you feel passionate about doing, and providing high quality food products that nourish other people's bodies and lives. I mean, you don't just touch yourself or your family, you touch everybody around you. It's a spiritual activity. Not only are you spiritually involved with the animals, the food, and the pleasure that it brings to everybody else. And it's not an entertainment type of pleasure. This is an inner soul pleasure of the body and the mind, and the food makes you feel good. So when you feel good, then you're positive about your life, and you want to do more positive things, and that's the point we've reached.
All right.
And,
well, hey, appreciate it.
It's pretty difficult to see a turning point of ever going back to running around in a rat race.
You're not going to go. So you have a 5-year plan. You say it's reduced to 2.5 years.
Well, because the demand is high.
So you've done well.
Yes, we did really well this year. The goal this year was to just really pay for capital expenses. We got a lot of equipment, refrigeration, processing area. We built a lot of equipment. So the goal this year was to pay for all of that, and then next year the goal is to start developing a slush fund, backup capital. You need cash for this business.
Right.
This is a cash business, and our goal is to be a debt-free business. We are not going to go out and borrow venture capital, even though I'm sure a venture capitalist would be elated when they see the numbers and they see the demand.
Right.
But I don't want to be in debt. This is the type of business where I want to feel like I
pay your bills on time, grow at a smart pace.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, well listen, okay, well thank you Belinda. This is Charlie Adder with I Drink on the Job. If you are thinking about future, owning your own chicken farm, this might be your start. Thank you very much.